Chief, don't drink it. The frightened voice echoed through the dining room. Chief Otumba stopped with the glass halfway to his lips. He slowly turned toward the young house help, standing at the kitchen entrance. What did you just say? Please, sir, don't drink it. The room became silent. Across the table, his young wife, Vanessa, forced a smile. What is wrong with you? She asked. Why are you disturbing our dinner? The house help ignored her. She walked closer, her hands trembling. Sir, if you trust me, don't touch that drink. Chief Otumba frowned. Why? She looked at Vanessa, then back at the chief. Because someone mixed something into it. Vanessa stood up immediately. That's a lie. Chief Otumba looked at both women. My own wife? He asked quietly. I don't know everything yet, the house help replied. But please, let me replace it first. If I'm wrong, I'll accept any punishment. Chief Otumba slowly placed the glass back on the table. Go ahead. The house help picked up the glass and hurried into the kitchen. A few moments later, she returned with another glass. Please, sir. Chief Otumba drank from the new glass, while Vanessa sat quietly, watching every movement. 1 minute passed, then another. Chief Otumba remained perfectly fine. Vanessa's confident smile slowly disappeared. She had expected something completely different. That night, after everyone had gone upstairs, the house help knocked gently on Chief Otumba's bedroom door. Sir, come in. She stepped inside and locked the door. I need to tell you something before it's too late. Welcome to African Tales by Sophia. Tonight's story is filled with love, betrayal, greed, and a secret that almost destroyed an innocent man's life. Sit back, relax, and let the story unfold. Chief Otumba was one of the wealthiest men in the state. People respected him, not only because of his wealth, but because of his kindness. He paid school fees for children he had never met. He settled hospital bills for strangers. He built boreholes in villages where people struggled to find clean water. Yet despite everything he had, one thing was missing. He was lonely. His first wife had died many years earlier after a long illness. They never had children. Since her death, Chief Otumba buried himself in work. His friends constantly encouraged him to remarry. You deserve another chance at happiness, they would tell him. At first, he refused, until the day he attended a charity dinner. That night, he met a beautiful young woman named Vanessa. She was elegant, respectful, and spoke with confidence. Unlike many people who only discussed business with him, Vanessa asked about his late wife, his childhood, and the struggles that made him the man he had become. Chief Otumba was touched. For the first time in years, he laughed freely. Over the following months, they became close. Vanessa visited him often. She cooked for him. She remembered every little detail about him. Soon, people began saying they looked good together, despite their age difference. Chief Otumba ignored the gossip. Love had found him again. What he never knew was that every smile Vanessa gave him had another meaning. One afternoon, Vanessa met her closest friend, Bianca, at a quiet restaurant. The moment they sat down, Bianca burst into laughter. So, you really married that old billionaire? Vanessa rolled her eyes. Please lower your voice. Bianca leaned forward. Tell me the truth. Are you actually in love with him? Vanessa laughed. In love? With Chief Otumba? She shook her head. Never. Then why did you marry him? Vanessa smiled. His wealth. Bianca looked surprised. But he treats you well. I know. And he's a good man. I know. Then what's the problem? Vanessa sighed. The problem is that I don't want to spend the rest of my life married to a man old enough to be my father. Bianca stared at her. So what's your plan? Vanessa looked around to make sure no one was listening. I'll leave when the time is right. Bianca frowned. And if he has children with you? Vanessa smiled confidently. That will never happen. Bianca looked at Vanessa in disbelief. What do you mean it will never happen? Vanessa took a sip of her juice before answering. Every month, I secretly take medication to stop myself from getting pregnant. Bianca almost dropped the glass in her hand. What? Does Chief Otumba know? Vanessa laughed. Of course not. But he keeps asking about children. I always have an excuse. What kind of excuse? Vanessa smiled. Sometimes I tell him I'm under stress. Other times, I tell him the doctor asked me to wait a little longer. He's too kind to question me. Bianca shook her head. I hope you're not making a mistake. Mistake? Vanessa replied. No, I'm protecting my future. Once I have a child for him, leaving will become more difficult. The two women continued talking, unaware that a waiter standing nearby had overheard part of their conversation. He didn't understand everything, but one sentence remained in his mind. I'm only here because of his wealth. Back at the mansion, Chief Otumba couldn't stop talking about how happy he was. He called his lawyer one evening. Barrister. Yes, Chief. I've been thinking. About what? I'm getting older. I know. If anything ever happens to me, I want Vanessa to be comfortable. The lawyer nodded. I understand. I'll review my estate documents next month. Unknown to Chief Otumba, someone was standing outside the study. Vanessa. She had heard every single word. A slow smile appeared on her face. Later that night, she called Bianca. He wants to update all his estate documents. Isn't that good news? It is, but I don't want to wait forever. What are you planning now? Vanessa looked toward the bedroom, where Chief Otumba was already asleep. I'm tired of pretending. Days turned into weeks. Chief Otumba remained the same generous man he had always been. Every morning, he greeted every worker in the house by name. He never ate without asking if the staff had eaten. Whenever the house help, Amara, served breakfast, he always smiled. Thank you, my daughter. Those words always touched Amara. She had lost both parents years earlier. Working in Chief Otumba's house had given her a second chance at life. One afternoon, while cleaning upstairs, Amara noticed Vanessa speaking on the phone. The bedroom door was slightly open. I can't keep acting forever, Vanessa whispered. A voice from the other end replied, but Amara couldn't hear the words. Vanessa answered, Don't worry, everything is almost ready. Once he's out of the picture, everything will belong to me. Amara froze. She wasn't sure what Vanessa meant. Was she talking about divorce or something else? She quietly walked away before she could be seen. That evening, Chief Otumba noticed Amara was unusually quiet. Is everything all right? She forced a smile. Yes, sir. You don't look fine. It's nothing. If something is troubling you, you can tell me. Amara wanted to speak. She really did, but she had no proof. If she accused the chief's wife without evidence, nobody would believe her, so she simply bowed her head. I'm sorry, sir. Chief Otumba smiled kindly. When you're ready, my door is always open. Those words made Amara even more determined. She silently promised herself, whatever is happening in this house, I will find the truth before it's too late. Little did she know, the truth was much bigger than she had imagined. 3 days later, something strange happened. Chief Otumba came home earlier than usual. He had been away for a business meeting and had not told Vanessa that he was returning that afternoon. The moment his car entered the compound, Vanessa rushed out to welcome him. My husband. She hugged him tightly. Chief Otumba laughed. Vanessa, I only traveled for 2 days. I missed you. He kissed her forehead. I missed you too. But the moment Chief Otumba entered the house, Vanessa's smile disappeared. She quickly walked into the bedroom and locked the door. Then she called someone. He's back. There was silence. Vanessa continued. No, nothing happened. But we have to move faster. She ended the call and stood in front of the mirror. For several minutes, she stared at herself. Then she whispered, I didn't marry an old man to wait forever. That evening, Chief Otumba sat in his study, reviewing some documents. Vanessa entered, carrying a cup of tea. You've been working all day. Chief Otumba looked up. Just a few papers. She placed the cup beside him. Drink this. He smiled. Thank you. Vanessa turned to leave. Vanessa, she stopped. Yes, I've been thinking about something. What? I want us to have a child. Vanessa's face changed for only a second. Then she smiled. Of course. Really? Why wouldn't I want that? Chief Otumba looked happy. I've always wanted to hear you say that. Vanessa walked over and kissed his cheek. Give me some time. How much time? She laughed. Chief, must everything happen immediately? He laughed with her. All right, all right. Vanessa left the room the moment the door closed behind her. Her smile vanished.